Peace-loving people of Edo State, I bring you New Year greetings. New Year Day is significant because it provides the opportunity for families, communities, and friends to come together to express love, felicitations, and give thanks to God, reflect on the past, and look into the future with renewed hope, vigor, and faith. It is also a time for forgiveness and forging new relationships that will shape the entire new year. For us, it is the beginning of another year of opportunities, despite the challenges we encountered in the past year. We wholeheartedly thank the millions of Edo people, residents, friends, and development partners for their faith in my administration and their support for all our policies and programs. We also acknowledge the unfettered support of the federal government under the able leadership of our President Muhammadu Buhari, and the support of our party, the All Progressive Congress, APC, who stood by us as we continue to work in redefining and redirecting the policies, structures, and institutions of leadership and governance for the benefit of the citizens of our state. The year 2017 was challenging in several ways. Being our first year in office, aside from falling oil prices and therefore declining allocations, we struggled through the worst economic recessions which the nation has experienced in decades. We made very tough economic decisions as a team, relying on God's guidance, our creativity, and the support from our people to weather the storm. I am pleased to note that we have now turned the corner on the very difficult times. I thank you all most sincerely for your patience with us. We have kept our word to serve our people with all our strength and might, because for us, leadership is about resolving problems and providing directions across all sectors for our people to realize their God-given potentials. 2018 promises to be another year of opportunities for us as a state. Improve the social well-being and living conditions of our people based on the foundation which we laid in 2017. With the timely approval of our 2018 budget, we will commence its implementation immediately by focusing on our key programs aimed at addressing the most critical challenges facing us as a state. In order to achieve our main goal of creating a minimum of 200,000 sustainable jobs, we will continue to construct roads and other infrastructure to ease movement of people and goods, support investments in agriculture, improve our education and health systems, and ensure that we create a peaceful and secure state. In the area of road infrastructure, we have committed to construct and rehabilitate at least 3,000 kilometers of road network in Edo during my tenure in office. The contract for many of the roads which we advertised some time ago are now being awarded so that contractors can take advantage of the dry season and commence work. We are also emphasizing maintenance of existing roads by strengthening the Road Maintenance Agency, which will now work more closely with the local government authorities. In our transport master plan, in addition to continuing the rehabilitation and reconstruction of major and arterial roads, we are working on new user-friendly road signs, appropriate house numbering, restocking the Comrade bus fleet with 75 new buses, and we have completed the design of new all-purpose modern bus terminals. We are confident that the construction of the Benin City Central Bus Terminal will commence in the first quarter of this year. Other projects that will be pursued in the new year include the development of the Gele-Gele Seaport. We are committed to realizing this project because of the several socio-economic benefits that are tied to it, namely jobs and a gateway for exporting processed products from our industries and allied businesses. The technical report on the development of the seaport has already been completed and the feasibility study is about to commence. Perhaps our saddest moment in 2017 was the very shocking and sad experiences of our sons and daughters in Libya. These were victims of one of the worst form of dark and evil human trafficking of children that left the shores of our land with high hopes for greener pastures, only to be subjected to all manners of inhuman treatments, such as slavery, organ harvesting, while many died in the Sahara Desert and in the Mediterranean Sea. We are all very pained to read the harrowing accounts of the experiences of the returnees, and even more pained to see the videos of their unfortunate experiences on the internet. We are now cooperating with the federal government very closely and working with development partners and other stakeholders to execute a very comprehensive strategy to identify, track, arrest, and prosecute all those involved in this heinous trade. We have also put in place a comprehensive welcome documentation, counseling, training, and rehabilitation and empowerment program for all those returnees who wish to come home voluntarily. I am glad to inform you that we are recording great successes in all fronts in our fight against human trafficking. Also, as part of our efforts to stop human trafficking and illegal migration, my government is currently working with the federal government of Nigeria to assist people who wish to migrate to do so legally and properly. Our skill centers will offer training, certification, and visas under well-defined structures which will allow those who wish to travel to do so safely and with dignity. In the year 2017, we were able to resuscitate the Auchi fertilizer and chemical plant, which has a capacity of 60,000 metric tons, and it is the only such under the presidential program on fertilizer employing over 500 workers. As part of our urban renewal projects, the Edo Development and Property Authority, EDPA, has been restructured to better perform its legal functions, and we have now acquired over 700 hectares of land around Obage Nebusa, where we will construct a new town commencing this year and hope that it will provide over 2,000 jobs in the project sites. The design of the Ilushi Agricultural Processing Zone, Ikoba Production Park, Edo Auto Mart have commenced, while the construction work has started in the 200 billion Benin Industrial Park. One of our major achievements in 2017 is this park, which I promised our people during my electioneering campaign. We anticipate that the industrial park will commence operations in 2019. We now have a new security architecture for Edo State with a holistic coverage and a faster response system, which has restored a greater sense of security among our people. With the full support of His Royal Majesty Omonobanedo Ukwakolopolo Obaiwa II Ogidigan and the good people of Edo State, we have now institutionalized land acquisition and management in Edo State by the promulgation of the Private Property Protection Law, which has now restored sanity in the housing sector. This law has reduced substantially the unnecessary skirmishes and killings over land ownership, which was hitherto the case in Edo State. The new Edo Geographical Information System, EGIS, has commenced initial work preparatory to the aerial survey of the entire state. This initiative will further deepen the reforms in our land administration. I urge everyone to support the activities of the EGIS officials who are carrying out this task. In the primary and secondary education subsector, we have successfully completed the census of all our public primary and secondary schools to ascertain the exact number of schools, teachers, students, and infrastructural facilities that exist. This will aid us with planning, rehabilitation, reconstruction, equipping, and management of our schools. This is the only way to effectively empower our people educationally to enable them compete elsewhere in the world. We are overhauling our basic education system by introducing technology to our primary schools and enhancing the capacity of our teachers to instruct our children by using modern technology tools. Our teachers will be supported and the school curriculum adjusted to make them more relevant. We will commence our basic education reforms with a pilot project covering the first 300 schools in March this year. Recognizing the importance of electricity to security, education, tourism, industrialization, and productivity in general, we have laid the building blocks for reliable and consistent electricity power supply in Edo State. As you are aware, the power project has come on stream, generating electricity 7 months ahead of its initial scheduled date. This is noteworthy as it sends clear message to investors that Edo is indeed committed to enduring partnerships that serve the interest of all stakeholders. We have also signed a power purchase agreement with Osiomo Power and Infrastructure Company to provide 5 megawatts of electricity power to power government buildings and street lights in Benin City. Following an audit of communities experiencing power cuts, poor supply, or total blackouts, we have initiated ongoing discussions with the Benin Electricity Distribution Company, BEDC, on ways to improve electricity supply to the citizens of Edo State. Our Edo Jobs Initiative will intensify in the new year with efforts at training and preparing unemployed people for effective engagement in the job market. We urge our unemployed youths to take advantage of our agricultural initiatives. Currently, we have a land bank of over 10,000 hectares of land to grow crops like rice, cassava, oil palm, poultry, and piggery. The strategy of our state is to assist investors remove some of the risks associated with agricultural production by utilizing federal government supports like the Anchor Borrower Program and FADAMA to support commercial and smallholder farms. With the local government elections holding this year, I wish to iterate our commitments to credible elections and electioneering procedures devoid of rancor and any forms of violence. I appeal to all political actors and stakeholders to approach the local government elections with a spirit of good sportsmanship. Let me once again congratulate the Edo State Council of Traditional Rulers and Chiefs, which was inaugurated recently and is headed by His Royal Majesty Omonoba Nedu Ukwakolopolo Oba Ewari II, the Oba of Benin. The support from our royal fathers and other traditional rulers in the state has been unprecedented. As worthy allies, I urge you to maintain the peace in your respective domains so that we can transform Edo State into a place with boundless opportunities for investments and social transactions. Edo civil servants have expressed their excitement over our ongoing reforms in the civil and public services of the state. As the ultimate drivers of reform, I want to commend the civil servants for keying into the reform agenda, anchored on promoting growth, productivity, efficiency, and sustainable development to meet the basic needs of our people. We are automating the work processes and deploying information and communication technology to change the way our civil servants respond to their tasks. Our ultimate goal is to make speed, efficiency, and transparency the hallmarks of the Edo civil service through training and retooling of the entire government workforce. As part of our strategy to fulfill our promise to create a minimum of 200,000 jobs, we have commenced the rebuilding of our technical colleges, beginning with the Benin Science and Technical College, so that we can train qualified and competent artisans and technicians who can employ themselves and also provide services and manpower to investors, which we will attract to the state. We are working with the Federal Ministry of Health to domesticate the National Health Act, and we are now finalizing our primary health care bill and commenced work on the Edo State Health Insurance Act. The quality of health care will now be easily accessed in the remotest parts of our state. We are completing a comprehensive audit of primary health care centers across the state, and in this new year, we will execute the first part of equipping and staffing the first 200 primary health care centers to provide quality service to our people. I am pleased to inform you, my dear people of Edo State, that we have concluded the procurement process to identify a credible partner that will manage the new central hospital to provide first-rate healthcare services while encouraging and creating jobs. In the sports sector, we have approved the construction of 20 mini stadia across the state, for which designs have now been completed. This will serve as a talent discovery and development initiative for our youths and lovers of sports in the state. We have now made inter-house sports mandatory in all our schools, and we will continue to support our dear Bendel Insurance Football Club. The tremendous response to and goodwill shown by investors from within and outside the country to the 2017 Alaudaru Investment Summit is a clear demonstration that our efforts are yielding results and that we are being recognized globally. As we follow up on the outcomes of the summit, I must thank all Edo people for their support as we prepare for the second edition of the summit this year, 2018. Finally, I want to thank all of you, irrespective of affiliation or disposition, for your patience with our administration, for your understanding and support as we work together to make Edo second to none. I thank the opposition political parties for their cooperation and support in our collective struggle to improve the lives of our people, strengthen the structures of governance, rebuild public confidence in government, and make safe our state for us all to live in. I thank all our religious leaders for their prayers and urge them to continue to pray for our state. It is my prayer that in this year 2018, God will continue to bless Edo State and we shall make unprecedented progress to the benefit of our people, our country, and our God. I wish all of you, my good people of Edo State, a happy new year.